Welcome back to TV5 News at 9. It's another edition of Ask the County. Joining us this morning, Saginaw County Treasurer Tim Novak. Tim, it's always good to see you. Thanks for being here. Good morning. So the Saginaw County Fair kicks off today. We're happy about that. Tell us a little bit about what the purpose of the county fair is.
So clearly everybody knows it's for that fun for all ages type event, right? So the family wants to go and things like that. But really, fairs started, 150 years ago we had fairs, right? And ours was 111 years, so 1914 is the first fair. Think about a way of showcasing the goods, services, and products, focusing on agriculture, really, if you talk about the agrarian lifestyle back then, of an area. And then they through demonstrations and competitions and educational activities to kind of highlight a community. So that's what you see county fairs and state fairs all over the country. And then we have our own little fair here. Yeah, exciting stuff. So tell us a little bit about the activities that families can expect when they go. So there's just some cool stuff going on. Clearly, every night there's grandstand activities. So there's a different activity every night, from tractor pulls, truck pulls, things like that. There's a midway of rides, so Big Rock Entertainment is there. Local 4-H and other organizations and individuals have gardening and baking crafts and livestock that they show, and there's clearly the livestock displays and demonstrations all week. Cornhole competition on Saturday, $50 for a team to enter. Registrations at noon, and they start throwing at 1. Fireworks every night. Nice. Food vendors. That's what I was waiting for you to say. This is clearly a highlight of mine, right? All the different types of food and kind of the fun stuff. Maybe you don't always get an elephant ear. Yes. French fries and vinegar, whatever your fair food is. And Friday, August 2nd is a junior livestock auction, so it's a chance to support the youth that have raised these animals. And then it's their chance to show them and sell them. And for them, it's a cool experience, and that's kind of the highlight for a lot of the 4-Hers to sell their livestock on Friday. So, Tim, what would you say? What's your favorite fair food? What do you have to get when you go? Well, I think I have to get the French fries with the malt vinegar. That's kind of my go-to food there. And everybody likes a snow cone, right? I have to get a snow cone, and I always have to get an elephant ear. It is. Just there's so different types of food, and it's your guilty pleasure. When you go to the fair, you're going to get your steps in anyway, right? Exactly. So we're going to walk it off anyways, right? Cheat a little bit. It's a good week to do that. And Tim, the Saginaw County Fair, as you said, has a long history. How many years again? 111? So 111. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about maybe the legacy and how it's progressed throughout the decades. So it used to be in the city of Saginaw, and I think that used to be something that everybody remembered, but since it's been since 2002 that it moved to Chesaning, that maybe folks, that's something that's a lot of people's lifetimes, right? They won't even be aware of that. In the 1950s, we saw 350,000 people go through the fair over the course of an 8-day fair. At one time was the largest county fair east of the Rockies back in the 1950s in its heyday. And really, sadly enough, we got to the late 1990s and 2000, that 6,000 people were in attendance. So due to that low attendance, the Saginaw Valley Agricultural Society said, you know what, let's change gears here. They moved the fair to Chesaning, and they've seen attendance really skyrocket. They do in the 5-day, they do over 30,000 people. So that 6,000 you had in the whole week span, they do that every day now. That's good. So it's exciting, and we miss it in the city. I know you can hear the nostalgia, and it was cool, and they have the gate, and it's really neat, but maybe the fair being in the agricultural and rural area is kind of a cool thing to be. It's nice out there. And while you're in Chesaning, there's plenty of other things to do, whether you want to shop, and there's kids stuff to do. And there's tomorrow, in fact, the Saginaw County Parks and Recreation has a play day. They have their series of play dates scheduled. They have one at the Showboat Park tomorrow morning, so you could kind of work those two things in together. Yeah, so it's a good excuse to kind of explore the rest of Saginaw County. It really is. Yeah, I love it. So, Tim, tell us, how can people attend the fair, and how much does it cost? So it's really $17 for today and tomorrow, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the price goes up to $22, which on the surface sounds like a lot of money, but when you figure that's your parking, your gate entrance, all the rides, and all the grandstand shows that start at 7 o'clock every night. So you could, in theory, you could do all that stuff for $17 to $22. There's a kid rate, special rate tomorrow, $12 for 12 and under until 1 o'clock. Seniors get in for $10 up until 1 o'clock. Veterans are free today, so
Nice.
if you still want to get out and you're going to dodge the rain, but there's opportunities to buy a whole week bracelet, things like that. So, you know, it's something you want to. It's a neat thing to do, and you know, we didn't expose our kids till they were teenagers before we went, and now they ask to go every year.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
It's just fun. It's a neat place to, you know, my son's met new friends out there that they ran across, and it's a neat experience.
It
and,
is.
You wait till nighttime, you get some really cool pictures in front of the Ferris wheel with the
That's
lights.
awesome. That's the best.
It's you know, and cherish that time with family and friends, and you'll find that there's other people out there. It's a cool experience and a reasonably priced. You talk about what you get.
Yeah.
You know, between the rides and the grandstand shows and things like that.
It's a good
and
deal.
A few extra dollars for the Olafinier, of course.
Exactly, but it's worth it.
It's worth it.
Well, Tim, as always, it's great to see you, and thank you so much for coming in here and talking to us.
Absolutely, thank you.
Yes, of course. And if you have any burning questions you would like to ask the county, send them on over to us, WNEM@WNEM.com. We'll be right back.